Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another pulp-tastic week of Pulp Picks. I'm Corey.
I'm Fritz.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Patrick.
And I'm going to start us off today. So this week, I picked Midnight Suns. That's Suns with a U also, not to be confused with the 90s Midnight Suns with an O. But this book is super sweet. I really enjoyed it, and it's got Spirit Rider in there. It's a really cool cast. We're pulling into some stuff from Strange Academy. Magic and Wolverine are there. You know, Krakoan Gates. It's right up Fritz's alley. So
we'll get there. Don't worry.
The art's a lot of fun, and the story's really cool. You know, obviously it's the first issue, so this is totally a setup. But I had a blast with it. So.
Awesome. All right, so this week I picked Do a Powerbomb number 4. It continues to be a really good story about Sun and Steel trying to bring back Mom, and this issue I think is really good in regards to, like, there's a reveal and then some really sad things continue to happen throughout the book. But it's really worth the read. The art's...
Why do you do this to us, Daniel Warren?
Yes, Daniel Warren Johnson, tell us. But it's a really good, it's a really good solid book. So I highly recommend. Over to you, Fritz.
We're all over the map today.
We're switching it up. We're wild and crazy.
Oh boy. Anyway, so speaking of switching it up, I've got a first for us here where I'm not picking just one title. I'm picking 2.
My brain cannot handle
Are they both
this.
X titles?
Yes.
Makes sense.
No.
Yeah. So they're both. So we've got X-Men Red issue 6 and Judgment Day issue 4. Both. I mean, obviously Judgment Day, but this is also tying into Judgment Day. I picked these two together because they both deal with the fallout of the recent stuff that's been going on Morocco on Mars with, like, those mutants there, and, like, just Magneto really gets to shine in these. And if you're a Magneto fan, you need to check these out. Like, just some of the best stuff. I mean, X-Men Red, some of the best stuff they've been doing with him in, like, I don't know how long.
Yeah.
Probably forever. Like, just, it's so good. It's getting, like, Judgment Day issue 4 made me like Star Fox, not the video game, the Harry Styles person who shows up at the end of Eternals. Sorry if that's a spoiler if you haven't seen Eternals yet. I don't think you were going to, so. But just, like, they made me like him, and just like, how dare you? But they're both really
He's
good.
A cool character.
No, he's fun, but, like, I'm liking him more than I feel like I should. Which is funny given his power set.
What happened to Two-Face Star Fox? Isn't that the last time we saw him?
Yeah,
half of his face was melted off?
Yeah, he had some time to reflect while he was in kind of Eternals prison, more or less.
Okay. Well, I thought he died. I guess I...
Well, no, he did, but Eternals are Eternals, so you know.
And it's comic books.
Yeah, also
He's
that.
dead.
But no, it's really good. Honestly, Judgment Day is shaping up to be one of my favorite Marvel events. So just that, good Magneto stuff, good event stuff. Check both out. Check one or the other out. Just check them out somehow. Do it. Over to you, Patrick.
Yeah, this was a tough week because everything that I read I really liked. Patrick Gleason's on Amazing Spider-Man again for the first time in a long time.
Which we were just talking about.
Yeah, and amazing art. And Peter is over in Krakoa and for the Hellfire Gala, and there's all kinds of good stuff happening there. Mark Waid on Batman vs. Robin was amazing. That was a great book, and it's just, again, the quality of the actual materials going into the DC books just makes that pop even more. That was a great one. Daredevil continues to be amazing. We were talking about this morning. So
Kevin Smith's Masquerade by
so many good
Dark
books.
Horse.
There were so many good mainline books that I didn't even get a chance to read any of the indie number ones, which there are a ton of this week.
I almost picked Batman vs. Robin.
It was
That's
really
what
good.
it is.
It was really good. It was
And
a lot of fun.
Masquerade. I really wanted to pick 3 books, but Fritz picked 2, so Patrick said no.
Yeah, well, there's got to be a limit, you know. But I chose Predator number 2, and Fritz and I were both just fawning over this book this morning as we were talking about how great Ed Brisson is telling a story here, and it's a hero's journey. It's classic gritty sci-fi, you know, that Aliens, Predator, Blade Runner, pseudo Star Warsy, you know, not as much violence as Star Wars, but you're living in this world.
I don't know. There's some hand lopping in here.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. There is a lost hand in this one. And it's got that gritty, dirty, lived-in sci-fi world happening, but this character arc is just so compelling right now. It is really good, and it ends with a really good cliffhanger. The art is gorgeous. Again, we were talking about Kev Walker, and what a great job. And this book is just hitting on every cylinder. And I typically am not a reader of the big IP comic book adaptation or whatever, but they've set this in a place in the Aliens Predator universe where they've got a lot of bandwidth to be able to tell the story. And I'm really enjoying it. You don't have to be a fan of Aliens and Predator. You just have to be a fan of a good story. But they're also really hitting on all those notes for the Predator universe and everything really well. Yeah, it totally does. It feels like Space Marines could show up any second, and that's really one of the best blendings of Predator and Aliens that I've seen. So yeah, I pick up Predator. Like, do we still have copies of #1? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I think we might have sold out.
This is I'll tell you what happened in #1. Come by #2. I'll tell you what happened. We'll act it out. Fritz and I will pantomime what happened in #1.
We'll do all the screeching like the Predators do.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of dying scenes. You'll love it. It'll be great. So, Corey, what time can they come down and watch us act this out?
11 a.m. So stop in, pick up your comic books, tell us what your picks are for the week, and make sure you follow us on social media at PulpCG on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And another shout out, Brent Schoonover is going to be here October 1st. He has a commission list available. All of that information is on our Facebook page, so go and find that post and let us know if you'd like some work done. So
let us know that you'd like some work done, because his prices are so reasonable and his art's so good, you'd be a fool not to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, that's all we have time for today. So, bye, guys.
I'm having flashbacks to when we were kids. We were in Michigan visiting family, and this hotel we were staying at was by the lake, so there were a bunch of gulls, and we're like, "Oh, let's go throw bread to them." And like they were coming towards us, and I packed and just kind of dropped them all at my little brother's feet, and like, and thankfully, like he backed up enough that he wasn't like swarmed by birds or anything. But it's just like.
I don't have to be faster than the gulls, just faster than my younger brother.
On the chance that this becomes like the end singer, I'm sorry, Ben.